Aspen University, CJ105, Technology and Criminal Justice. My name's Andre Rosedale. I'm the instructor for this course. This is Module 6, Discussion Question 2, which reads, describe the prevalence of smuggling phones into prison and the potential dangers associated with inmates using smuggled cell phones in prison. Do you believe countermeasures can be effective in preventing this smuggling? Why or why not? So I look forward to your answer with a good APA reference, even if it is just a textbook. Cell phones in prison. So in my experience, I don't have a lot of experience with prisons in the state of Connecticut. I have been in them twice, and it's been an ordeal just to get in as a law enforcement officer, dropping off or picking up a prisoner. They just about strip you down to your underwear, which I understand. We were actually in our uniforms, but I understand no pens, nothing sharp, nothing that can be used as a weapon, and I completely get that. Smuggling phones into prison, the potential dangers are criminal networks can still be run from inside at a better ease. They're a prohibited item, so now you have a black market for them, and black market is controlled by violence, not by advertising and better product, but by people shanking each other for it. And so that's some of the potential dangers of it. People getting information not only to run their criminal organizations, but to harm corrections officers. Maybe they find out, hey, they overhear something about, hey, John Smith's going to be, correction officer John Smith's going to be on vacation. His place will be unlocked, or not unlocked, but unmanned. His house will be empty. Go rob him and take all his guns out. Or we found out this is where he lives. Go, harm his children and his wife, type of thing. So those are some of the potential dangers. Smuggling is always going to happen, whether you're going to get private contractors, you're going to get family members sneaking them in. You're going to get corrupt prison guards sneaking them in. You're going to get, like I said, smuggling. We brought a guy back. We went up to, my partner and I went up to Hartford County, to a very large police department in Hartford County, and picked up a prisoner that we had a warrant for, brought him back, processed him, was putting him in the cell for holding, and I saw something in his ear. Granted, it wasn't a cell phone, but it was a crack rock. And we had to start the whole process all over again and charge them with that. So there's different ways to smuggle things, and they will get stuff in there. And recently I have heard some of these trustees. So there's a prison nearby me. Let me start with this. There's a prison nearby me that there is some minimum security there. And there's a police department across the street, and I was training there. We were doing some outside handcuff work and straight stick work. And these guys were watching us, which is a little unsettling. We don't want them to watch our techniques. But they actually walked down the street to the, it wasn't like Family General Dollar or something generic like that, and they were buying cigarettes. And this, in Connecticut, all correction facilities are smoke-free. But they were just walking down the street, getting cigarettes, and coming back to prison. They were kind of the minimum security people, but they still shouldn't have been outside the picket fence, pretty much. So there's that, and they could get cell phones that way. But recently I've also heard of like some of these trustees going to mow lawns in like state cemeteries, military cemeteries, and someone was approached to get a cell phone and hide it out there for a prisoner. This person did not, but they related that story to me, which is kind of disturbing. To find out that some of these trustees can do this, and the reality of it is they probably won't be checked on the way back in. They'll get in at a certain time. The people that were out watching them will be tired. The people that are supposed to check them, their trustees, will just let them back in, and they'll be able to get that in. So countermeasures, can they be effective? Not 100%. Will they get some? Yes. But I think for the most part, collecting contraband as it comes in my opinion, they get the minority of the stuff and not the majority of it. I would like to know if you have experience in this, if you work in corrections or you work for a sheriff's department in the jail section, or you have some firsthand knowledge of some things. I look forward to that. And I look forward to your good discussion post with a good APA reference.